near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch, no matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3 and out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
There'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. A man who missed all of 2021, this is J.K. Dobbins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. They'll go again with Dobbins. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll look to throw. Throw caught by Raymond. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes Grant on the return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8. They run it again with Chubb. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. First and goal from just inside the 5. Chubb will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Here's Trenton Cannon on the return from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. It's like a freight train. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he fires one incomplete. The Ravens at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. A give running right is Chubb. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And again, it's Chubb. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Chubb will get the call, running left. And he's got room. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they're talking about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Despite missing 3 games, Nick Chubb still finished 2nd in the league with over 1,200 rushing yards. It was his 3rd 1,000-yard season, and he's never had fewer than 8 touchdowns in a year. Across the NFL, few backs are as easy to count on as Nick Chubb.
Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A give right side now to Hunt. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. And Chubb will try the middle here. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. They'll run with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb as the first half is winding down. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Jackson now off the bootleg. He'll ice him, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Jackson to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Jackson. Touchdown! Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your...
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Third and goal, Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Browns drive about to get started. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They begin this drive with Chubb. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block. Now Chubb running right.
There's some space here. And they work this out past the 25. 123 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They run again on first down. Chubb. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A give. This is Chubb. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he is going to have a Browns first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A run for Nick Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Big 3rd down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this defense will take over right at midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. He'll take this to the 46.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The Browns drive about to get started. The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. To throw is Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
He finds his man complete. It's Grant. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And able to get this to the 31.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps it moving forward.
Second down, here's Chubb again. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important 3rd down. They run it again with Chubb, and this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. You have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. A lot of pressure here for Cade York. This for the lead in the final stages. York able to send this one through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. And they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Jackson to throw. Dalvin's with it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Here's Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Throwing, Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he will get a good amount of yardage back on second down, but the clock still runs. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37.